more than a couple of you had requested this type of interface, so I went ahead and generated this. And the way this works is the arrow moves from location to location. I've also included a little turn on it, so it'll turn the direction that you click. And if you click on the same spot, it just gives you a little 45-degree turn, not a full 90-degree, just to let you know that you clicked on it. So these are types of cats, dogs, and birds, and then it goes back to the home frame. And the way you set this up is very similar to the pop-up menu. And up here on the top, we've got the array of the label names, and then those label names are given to the buttons. It finds the buttons in relationship to its sibling array here. So I've got 3 is the last button item, and of course that includes 0, so there are 4 items in here in this array, as there are 4 items in this array. So the target is the arrow. That's what this is, and that's what runs on the Create.js animation that's right out of the code snippets. The nice thing about this is that if you want to separate the distance of these, you can do it like this, and then go over to your alignment options and spread them out evenly, and that's still going to work. It'll still looks like I got this one off a little bit. The arrow is actually going to come straight down to the dog, and of course it does matter that all of these are lined up, so I should make sure that that's lined up with the others. If for whatever reason you need to stagger them, or even flip them around into different positions, it's still going to work the same way. Whatever you click on is where the arrow goes to. And you're also going to notice that under normal circumstances, the speed is determined by a specific number, and normally that would be set over here. And I'm going to replace this code, and I'll undo that in a second, but I'll go ahead and give it a 2-second interval. That's 2000. And if I run this, whoops, make that a semicolon. If I run this, you'll notice how it moves in 2 seconds from top to bottom. That's fine, but it also moves in 2 seconds from here to here, really slow. So in order to avoid that, I came up with this math equation here. Let me undo it. And so it's just looking at the difference between the button that you're clicking on and the position of the arrow. The further they're apart, the bigger the number is, and then I do a multiple of the speed, which is this number over here. Right now it's set to 2.5, but you can make it higher. So if I make it 5, that's going to slow everything down, but it's going to be a constant speed. So this distance in here, even though it seems to take quite a long time to get up there, it's not going to be the same time duration from small button to small button. It's actually traveling at the same speed. The only thing that slows it down now is the amount of time that it has to travel, or distance that it has to travel. So I'm going to set this back at 2. I think that might have been the best one option. So that's pretty much it. Feel free to use this. If you don't use it, you may still want to get a copy of it and hang on to it in your library and maybe use it in some other project in the future. If you have any questions about how this was set up, I'll be more than happy to share how all of this is working. But I don't think it's necessary for this movie at this stage of the game.